What's up guys, Borgia here, just going to start my narration on Vanguard, here we go. Vanguard, pretty good game. I'm going to start out with a new character. So you've got three continents, you've got Thestra, which is sort of your medieval humans, the Kojans, which is Eastern inspired, and Kalia, which is more desert, sort of Arabian area. Just to show you that not everything is a human in this game. You get quite a few beast races, goblins, little gnomes with stupid hair, some lions and orcs and things like that. But I'm going to go for the Varanthari, which is what I've played before. Usual assortment of classes you've got there: protective fighters, your paladins, warriors, dread knights, stuff like that. Offensive fighters, which you'd expect, your rogues, rangers, but also bard and monk. Different types of healers. There's something called a blood mage, which I've not played before, which might be quite interesting. And then your offensive casters as normal. I was going to go for a warrior, but pick druid for this one, having not played one. So it seems quite interesting. Might be quite elemental, like lightning and rain, I can imagine. I go for the name Carrick Gorhal as normal. There's two starting areas. You've got the Isle of Dawn, which is the new area, the new newbie starting area, or you can start where you're supposed to start, back in your old spawn. So I'm going to do that, just to see what the old game used to be like. I picked my server, which was the EU server, as I am in EU, and the other server was locked. As you can see, character customization, there's an awful lot that you can do. Basics for me normally is go to the head slide and hit random. So I random a few times and then I get some green clothes. But boom, I look a bit like a leprechaun, so I pick that one and hit finish. It'll then give you a quick brief outline about your race and things like that, and I hit OK and go in the game. One thing I love about Vanguard is the music. I think the music is really well done. So I just quite like this one loading screen, because you don't get loading screens in this game, guys. Pretty much the whole world is persistent and open world, with only slight load times between zones, i.e. as you walk across the zone line yourself. So here we are in game. It chugs a little bit because I've got the graphics up quite high. I didn't realise that, but it doesn't matter. So first things first, zoom out and check what new spells we got. So I get a lightning strike, barb with talisman, which looks like a buff on myself, so I move that off the bar and cast it on myself, and there we go. It's pretty cool. Just remove the tutorial tips. I won't be reading the tutorial tips, guys. I also get heal using 5 phenomena points, which I then mouse over up here so we have a look. Looks like they're just like an extra form of currency, like energy or mana or something, which is fine. I mean, yeah, it works. And then there's a racial, which I'll move to the side. So the guys with the, I have a quick spin round just for fun. The guys with the yellow shields, yellow stars on the shields, offering quests. So in typical Borg style, I will literally pick them all up and then try and figure out what's going on, because I tend to find that is the best way to do things. Generally, that's the way I do things anyway. So we'll grab everything, and what I will note now, if you look at the top left of the corner, you've got my normal health bar and that, and then you've got my name again. In this, it's a lot like Warhammer, where you can have offensive and defensive targets. So I've currently got myself as my defensive target, so if I cast a heal, it will automatically cast on me, which is quite good. So I target this horsefly, and I walk backwards whilst casting. Yes, casting on the move is in this game, although it's slower. But as you can see, I'm just trying to get a look at what's happening, but it looks like there's a cloud above me and lightning comes out. So there we go. Hit first quest, normal kill quest. So we're just going to carry on here, killing the flies for this quest, which die quite easily. Couple of nukes and they're down, which is always quite nice. So yeah, keep going like that. There's a bit of the loot. I pretty much don't loot much on this one. I just nuke as fast and hard as I can, which is pretty useful. EXP is quite slow in this game, I will add, which isn't a bad thing. This game was designed by the original makers of EverQuest, which was good. It was a very hard game to get into. It was very complex, and they've sort of taken inspiration from that for this, and which is great, because a lot of games nowadays just hand things to you on the plate. There was a nice crit, 75, we're level 1. Hand things to you on a plate, and you just, yeah, you get handheld. But as you see there, I'm just out of mana now, so I will eat some berries as normal, like food and drink, but they do both in this game. So I'll sit down and eat that now. I actually had to nip AFK here for about 2 seconds to run and get the dog out of the garden, which was always quite fun. So it's just a slightly prolonged sit, but yeah, if you look at the top of the screen, you've got your quest compass there, which tracks whichever current quest you've got on the tracker. Although I've got like 6 on the tracker, I'm actually tracking a specific quest, and that giant red blip that just disappeared off to the right indicates which direction you should run to do this quest, and the bigger it is, if it fills the compass, you're in the right area. So roughly I should be around here, but Yeah, we're doing well. So we'll keep nuking these lions and the flies. As usual, starting quests not going to be that impressive to show, and it's an MMO, so again the gameplay's not going to be that great. But leave a comment, let me know if you want me to cut in between quests, or whether you want me to literally film the whole thing and comment the whole thing, because I've got no problems doing either. It's easier for me to comment the whole thing without trimming, but trimming gets rid of a lot of the travel, a lot of the pedanticity of just picking up loot. Oh yeah, what I'm just showing here, up on the top right where you see the target, I've just missed all the mouse over, but that's my bad. You've got the target, what they're targeting, which is underneath. You then have a little arrow which points which direction that is in, a blue number of how far it is, and a dot. Now, depending on the amount of dots, depends on how hard it is. A 1-dot creature is really very, very trivial. You'll have no problem with a 1-dot, even if it's a couple of levels above you. A 2-dot is mainly as a solo mob, so treat that as a solo mob. A 3-dot mob is, say, a low heroic from WoW. I'm going to have to relate this to WoW, because that's what the gaming public know most. It's like a low heroic, one you can possibly solo if you use the right skills. A 4-dotter is like a high heroic. You haven't got much chance. And that's a 4-dotter. A 5-dotter, yeah, I wouldn't even try. But my max level I'm at so far, guys, is only 23, 24, and I've been playing this game since release. But here we are, just turning in quests. Turning this, and there's your first bit of loot. It'll automatically highlight the one that's best for you, so there you go. I got the cloth belt, stick that on. I talked to the spellcaster guy, and I can now buy recall, which is your Hearthstone, and a second buff there, which is a dot, and a root, which is nice, and it's an instant cast root, so I lag a bit when trying to drag, which is a bit weird. Eventually managed to drag and get it off, so there we go. So now I've got a nuke, a root. Here we go, so I cast the nuke, and then I cast the root, and it's pretty much instant, half-second cast time, and the chance to break on damage, but it's a dot as well, so I eventually learned that if I do 2 nukes and root, that's it, it's dead, get the next mob. So yeah, walking backwards while casting, it's a brilliant system, I love it. There we go, I actually just leave that one, let the dot do the work. As you can see, the tutorial tips are growing on the screen, which I'm very sorry about, but if you can ignore them, it's great. Now, I have kind of made a mistake here. In the starting area, you get some quests to kill the flies, and quests to collect lion pelts, which we've done. We got the lion pelts. I'm actually out of mana now, which is fun. But in the same area where the lions were, there's apple trees, which are supposed to harvest. Well, I've forgotten to do that, so I will be back here in a minute to go and harvest those apples, but there's also a quest to help a horse, and the horse just happens to run in front of me. So there we go. That's the horse done. A couple of flies left, so we'll nuke this one down. Quite impressed with the druid's spell graphics, quite like those. Ordinarily I don't really play casters, guys. I've played a caster this time because I figured it would probably be easier for a let's play, because I die a lot on my warrior in this game through taking chances, but at least with a caster. I was going to go for a necro with a pet, but didn't in the end, went for a druid. Yeah, so we'll run back to town, turn this one in. Although I was saying about the EXP being slow, at this level it's quite quick. I mean, I've nearly levelled again. Say on WoW I'll probably be like level 50 by now, but it's not WoW, it's harder. I'm so sorry. There we go, level 3. Yay! And take the quest again. And there we go, I've got the horse, and I've got to deliver him to somebody down at an outpost. Now, this is where the red marker on the compass comes into effect. If you see on the compass, I'm running towards the red marker. But basically, with this quest, it's just down the road. There's another camp. In fact, as I pan my camera up, if you look in the distance, just before I turn the camera, you can see there's tents, which is where we're going. I'm just playing with my torch there. So we'll run down this path, following the red marker, or just running towards the tents. You can possibly see in the distance there. Red marker will slowly grow. I'm just demonstrating here. If I turn it off, the red marker disappears. There we go. But I can put it back on to track and get me a bit closer. As you may have guessed, guys, I'm narrating this after the gameplay, because if I was trying to narrate it during the gameplay, it would probably confuse me a bit too much. I am a bloke after all, and a man's man, whatever. Kill a lion, just for fun. So I narrate this afterwards, which means I make movements in-game, which then I forget I made, and because I'm not clever and watch the footage back before I do the narration, I'm a bit confused, so yeah, never mind. Turn this one in to this guy, who gives you a quest to heal the horse, because the horse is getting sick, so you're supposed to go and get some parchment, and I think like a poison remover or some apple, I can't remember what now, to be honest, but the parchment's in this area and I nearly missed it. I'm just picking up all the quests, so I run across the path, and I get the quest off this guy, who also gives you the parchment, which you can quickly see there on the quest log. I start to run off and realise, oh, hang on, I can get parchment. So I click it, and I get the parchment, and we're done. So the last guy over here, and we turn this one in, and get the quest off them. I still haven't ran back to do this apple quest, which I'm about to realise now, because I thought I'll just target the lowest quest, and yeah, it's all the way back over there, isn't it? It's the apple trees. Brilliant. This on the right here, you can see weakened oak tree. These are just harvesting nodes. They're actually big old trees which you can harvest. I attempt to harvest it to show you, but you actually need to buy the harvesting skill, which you can't get in the starter town, which is silly. I think you can get it from the second town, from what I remember when I first played this. My warrior's already got blacksmithing and mining, so I can't remember when I got that. Probably got that a few years ago when I first started. Yeah, but we go over here, and I think what I'm going to do is, when I get back to town, I'm going to end this video off. One, because my voice is hurting, and two, YouTube's limit's 15 minutes, or 2 gigs, so I'm probably coming up on 12 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is I'll just get into town, and I will fail abysmally at writing /wave. You will find this incredibly funny. I thought, oh, it'd be nice, I'll just /wave. Yeah. Oh, there's no command, but there's the /wave, and I'll see you guys later.